What's up, guys? It's the man of Dorks here. I'm Jeremy,
I'm Brandon.
and we're here to talk about a controversial creature that has been talked about for the last few weeks, ever since Modern Horizons 3 released. And we're talking about this guy.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that? What's that, brother?
Yes, that's right. Nadu, the Winged Wisdom, in all his glory. Not much else to say. But yeah, he is a very, very disgusting creature. He's a 1 green, 1 blue, 1 generic drop with 3-4 flying. He's just absolutely atrocious.
He's a bird wizard.
We don't like bird wizards here. You do. But yeah, with him, Jesus, I don't even want to say he's absolutely disgusting. I agree with everyone. He should be banned. No, but yeah,
It's a little much.
He's a little powerful in modern, definitely. With 4 copies of him,
Yeah.
that's not fair. And with the instances of creatures can get hit twice.
Let's just read him before we go into it too much. Let's just read what he does.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he's a 1 generic, a green, a blue. He's a flying 3/4 bird wizard. And it has creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell or ability, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put it into your hand. This ability triggers only twice each turn. That twice each turn goes for each creature that you control.
That's what makes him so overwhelmingly powerful.
That and the lands that you're flipping into from the top of your deck, they enter the battlefield untapped, or they just enter the battlefield. So
yeah, if they're not tapped lands, you just got mana.
Yep.
And if you get a fetch land, you're getting another land, especially if you have a landfall, something on the board. He's very powerful. I feel like he shouldn't have been a rare. I feel like that should be a mythic. What were you doing, Wizards? Why?
it wouldn't have changed much. It still would have been the most brewed deck.
Oh yeah,
he's still.
But yeah, for 3 CMC though, all that for
3/4,
and he's
with that ability,
and that's why he's so powerful in modern is he can't get blasted off the board
with a lightning bolt.
Yeah, he's bolt proof, and just it's a very powerful creature. He really is. I love him.
I've played it a couple times now. I've play tested some hands and it feels great. It feels very powerful.
I feel like it's very difficult to make a weak Nadu deck. It'd be very hard to make a weak version.
This isn't a commander that you would want to build for like a casual pod, or
no,
your friends wouldn't like you very much.
No, you're absolutely right.
Now if you're playing in high powered CDH, stuff like that, this is where he sits at.
We're talking about you, play to win.
But so basically the idea with the deck is you want to get as many targets as possible on all of your creatures, and the way you want to do that, you want to spend the least amount of mana getting these targets on your creatures. So the way to do that, you want 0 CMC. Well, you want the 3 0 equip artifacts that there are. So you want Lightning Greaves, which everyone knows about Lightning Greaves. It's great in Commander. Cost 2, but has a 0 equip, gives your creature Haste and Shroud. Then you have Shuko, which is a 1 CMC card. Equip creature gets +1/+0, and it has an equip cost of 0.
And that's crazy though. Right when this set released, this was only an 80-cent card. It was dirt cheap. And then all of a sudden, and then during the event release, we saw Shuko climb from like 80 cents to $1 to $35 at its high point. Right now, it's still roughly $17, $18 to $23. And then it's still in that mid range. It's still up there, but it's going down because the hype train's going down, and people are thinking that Shuko might get hit or Nadu might get hit.
Speculation is they don't want to ban Nadu yet because they want to keep selling packs of MH3, which makes sense from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
So they're thinking that they're going to ban like Shuko or maybe Umbral Mantle first. Ban his pieces.
Or at least limit them down to one per deck.
Mhm.
Like try to mitigate some of his power for modern. Like in Singleton Commander, you do have tutors, you do have extra, but you're also playing a 99 card main deck, so it's a little harder to see those pieces if you don't have the tutors. Like Nadu does help fetch for him with his speed, but in order for you to get that, you need something to consistently target. So Commander, he's still very high power. He is very strong, but versus Modern and all that, where you get 4 copies of him, 4 copies of Shuko, 4 copies of Scoop.
Right.
What does it they say, brother?
Yeah, the Shuko was in such high demand at the event that I didn't see a single copy for sale at any of the vendors.
No, they.
I'm assuming that if they did get it, it was gone quick because people are in love with this commander. They wanted to build it, so
it's definitely a love-hate relationship. You either love him or you hate him. Yeah, we're in a group on Facebook that talks about Commander Magic, and literally for the last 2 weeks, all we've seen is Nadu, meme.
Mostly people crying about him, to be honest.
There's a lot of
Why
crying.
was this commander ever made?
There's a lot of complaining, a lot. I mean, yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion of it. It's strong. It really is.
People are, basing a lot of it off like, the top 8 or the top 5 decks of the top 8.
It was top 8.
Or 5 of the top 8 decks were,
they were all Nadu.
They were all Nadu. It's like, is it because he's broken, or is it because he's a new strong commander that people wanted to brew and try? He's a new kind of.
No, it was a modern, I believe, wasn't it? Or that was top 8 modern because Commander doesn't have tournaments.
Well, I meant not commander. I'm sorry, just a new creature that people wanted to, play. And
it brought Simic back. He made Simic good again. Like that, like Merfolk are good and all that. Like I love Merfolk, but man.
And I'm not very versed in modern. I'm, more commander. That's my
I love
house.
Commander. Yes, that's where we stick.
I don't know much about modern. I just know that he's a menace. He's menacing the format right now.
Yep. And then you got things like Umbral Mantle, even though it's a 3-drop. I mean,
still has that
0 equip, and you can use on a mana dork, like to produce mana, and then use it to untap and make that mana dork bigger to hit with too.
Yeah, true.
It's a really good card. And then just overall, and like other viable options you could run is you could storm creatures in. You could run 0-drop creatures to have easier targets. You run Ornithopter, Phyrexian Walker, Minimite, Shield Sphere, all the 0-drop creatures. That's just.
Since the deck is based around storming or creature storm,
they're
having 0, free creatures that you could drop and then just free equip with Shuko is pretty good. So
it's nasty when he goes off, and
it's just the downside being if you had a 1 mana dork, it can tap for mana at a later point, or if you get haste with Lightning Greaves, something like that. That's the only downside, the big difference. You get the free cast with the artifact creatures, but they don't tap for mana. So
you got to find the right balance. I only run 2.
Yep, I put two of the 4 in.
We kind of used Cam's list from Play to Win. He posted it on Moxfield, and we kind of used his build as like a guide, as a skeleton. We didn't copy him exactly because we wanted to try our own little touches.
Right.
But we've actually seen his build in action in Atlanta before we got to play with him, and I am kind of grateful we didn't have to go against it because I knew what would have happened. Mm-hmm. But we got to watch the game before our turn, and he was using Nadu, and he went off really fast, and he took that win. That was his win.
I think he said his win rate at the event was 35%, maybe 35%. I could be, fibbing a little bit, but it was somewhere in that area, 25 to 35%, which is pretty good.
It's definitely target number 1 when you see it in a pod. Everyone's going to look at it and be like,
they're going to hold counters back for it,
And that's another thing with Nadu is they have counters. He ranges from 10 to 12 counters, and they're normally free ones or ones that are really fast. 1-drops, Phyrexian, cause he likes to protect himself, and he has the best of both worlds. He makes a bunch of creatures. He can make them big, and he can also stop people from playing.
Mm-hmm.
So he brings out the best in Simic, like really does. And with the new creature that power creeped Scoot, the Springheart Nantuko, she's absolutely nasty. Like, she's literally Scoot if you don't want to bestow her. You can,
just cheaper. She's one CMC cheaper, actually.
To make 1/1 insects. But you could also use her bestow, and imagine putting it on Avenger of Zendikar. So whenever a land enters the battlefield, you get a copy of Avenger of Zendikar. And when that copy, I believe that treats as entering, correct? Of making a copy?
I believe so, yeah.
If it does work like that, like, not only are you getting more plants, you get double the amount of 1/1 counters on your plants that you have. And every landfall you do now, it's more plants, more counters, more counters. And then you also have Scoot itself. I mean, an army of bugs, why not? And he has definitely two ways to win. You either go for that big swing out and kill everyone all at once
with creatures, and then you try to get finale devastation.
Yep, and just
something like that.
Yeah, and then you just blow them away like that, or you can feed into your deck if you keep getting those targets. Like with Scoot, one lander open, you have like 60 Scoots. You get 2 per Scoot. That's 120 checks. So that's basically your whole deck, and you just drop Thoracle. GG. He is absolutely atrocious.
That is for sure.
I feel like they did not test him when they got him out.
I think they did, but they knew he was powerful, so it would sell the set. At least might be part of it.
He's a nasty turkey wizard bird thing.
I think some of the hype will die down around him once people like learn how to play around him more and stuff. I think people will start to realize he's not. I don't think he should be banned. Honestly, I don't think he should be banned. And again, I'm not a top CDH player. I'm not very much of a CDH player myself, but just in our high power games and games that we've actually seen, it doesn't seem like it should be banned. It seems very high powered, but I don't think it's banned.
Similar, like
at least not in Commander. I have no idea. Once again, I have no idea about Modern format. So
I just know in Modern you can have 4 copies, and 4 copies of him.
4 copies in a 60 card deck?
Yes. So not to mention, like, you get 4 copies of Scoot, 4 copies of Nantuko. You can have 4 copies of Shuko, Lightning Greaves. Just like that, and then you can have 4 copies of Thoracle, or if she's legal in Modern, I don't know if she is or not. But just like in general, you get multiple copies of the Wing Con. You have multiple copies of the Counter Spell.
Less cards you got to go through in your deck. So
and you just literally feed through your deck in like 5-6 minutes, not even that, and you're just done. And that's another reason why people don't like playing against him. He is very solitaire.
Yep.
Once you get going, you're just gonna
10, 15, 20-minute turns. Pretty common.
So. Yeah. Well, 20 minutes. I feel like 20 minutes is a little high. I definitely see about 7 to 10 minutes a turn if you're getting your whole deck. If you're literally going to tell me...
If you're playing an experienced pilot, too, who's actually had some reps with the deck, and they kind of know what lines they need to go for at what times and stuff like that.
So it would go a lot faster. Definitely. And I get no one wants to watch someone play solitaire. I know, Magic 101. Why don't you play more removal? What's removal going to do if you don't get a chance to play? But he's powerful. There's no question he's powerful.
There are also some cards like Sea King's Blessing and Sylvan Paradise. Those are 1-drop instants that can target all of your creatures at the same time. So for 1 mana, you get massive target triggers. Those are really great cards. The only downside with them right now being that there's a very low supply of them. Them being like a much older card and an older print, so they're harder to get. So they're pretty pricey right now.
But it's if you really want to build at CDH, you got to invest. But for the most part, actually, how I feel, a lot of his deck for just Commander, if you want to play him in Commander, it's for a CDH deck or at least a high power. It's Not that expensive.
Yeah, you could throw something together to be. I mean,
Like well, with Shuko kind of dropping a little bit. Lightning Greaves is like $2-3.
Mhm.
The Umbral Mantle that's about 15. But those are like the big pieces. You just need at least those, and you could still play the deck technically with one cost equips. Swift Boots, that's a good alternative. Bone Saw, it's a 0 drop equipment with only one equip cost. And what was the other one?
same with Paradise Mantle. That's a 0 CMC.
So if you don't want to,
equip cost.
if you don't want to spend the money for the Paradise Mantle, because that's like $5-6, you can literally spend 80 cents and get a Bone Saw.
Yep.
Does the same exact thing except doesn't make it a Mandork. But you
don't
don't
+1/+0.
Yeah, it's literally Shuko. It's literally just a reverse Shuko. That's all it is. Instead of the costs are just flipped. That's all it is. And I was lucky to have one of those, the Bone Saws laying around, so that really helped. So you can build him a little bit lighter for fun in a casual route, but if you're running all 3 0 drops along with a couple of the ones and some tutors, you're trying to play high power.
Yeah, I suppose you could make a fairly casual. Maybe you could make a fairly casual deck, but it's probably gonna outpace all the other decks around it.
I'd say the lowest power you can make if you're trying to make it casual without including Shuko and the other 0 drop, you could probably make it an 8.
Yeah.
If you're using like the 1 drop quips. Well, no, you could possibly make it a 7.
You
You could probably make it a
pretty
7.
crappy mana base and
Like basically.
you could drop it. Yeah.
Well, with only being 2 color, you can just run basics if you didn't want to run the dual attack. Well, you could you can slim down tap lands, a lot of basics, and you don't need Field of the Dead. Like Field of the Dead's a nice plus, but it's spiked because of Nadu in another deck.
The Necro
Blossom, yeah.
That's for
Yes. But it's we wanted to take time to talk about him because we genuinely like him. He's a fun card to play with.
Yeah.
Not fun to play against. But in all honesty, I think I would rather go against Nadu before Urza stacks.
Yeah.
Because at least I know I'll have at least a few turns to try and fight back, whereas Urza stacks, you just can't play the game.
Yeah.
You're locked down.
I just don't like playing stacks in general, but that's a personal thing. But.
Hey, that was a game we played against in Command Fest. There was that one dude who was using that Arbiter, the blue-white Arbiter, and made all our spells cost 1 more, and his cost 1 less.
I remember.
Oh, no, that was nasty. I hated that.
Was not fun.
But yeah, so we just wanted to take time to talk about our favorite boy, Nadu. And
let us know what you think in the comments. Do you think he's ban worthy? Do you think he's gonna get banned?
Yeah, definitely.
Modern and Commander.
We want honest opinions about him. Like we openly accept he is strong. We accept that. There is no weak. I mean, a 3 CMC for that effect. That's ridiculous. And if you blink him, he resets.
We didn't even mention blinking him.
Yeah, he resets. And Displacer
it resets
Kit
all the triggers. So if you're running a Displacer Kit and you play a non-creature
spell, you just blink, reset. No.
And then Shuko just takes over your board.
Yep.
Yeah. So
this
great card in a great set. Let us know what you think.
Definitely.
We want to hear your experiences on it, just how you guys feel in general. Other tech, let us know other cards you think that would be great with Nadu or things like that.
Even show us a janky combo that would work with that. Tell us like there's cheap cards that target White from Reality, I believe. Bounces a targeted card on your field and target card on your opponent's field, non-land permanent. Oh, I have Nadu. You're gonna try and remove my Nadu. I'm gonna bounce him to my hand, and your card, and I'm gonna get a trigger off of him because I targeted him. Oh, it's just.
Then if you have the mana, you can play him again and then reset all your triggers.
Exactly. He's great in Commander. I love him in Commander. But yeah, so we just wanted to talk about him and let you know our opinion on the Turkey Wizard. I'm gonna start calling Turkey Wizard.
Turkey Wizard.
Yeah, that's Turkey Wizard. And just why was he ever made? But yeah, thank you guys. Like Brandon said, let us know in the comments how you feel about him. If you don't like him, let us know. So that way we can make a video of us playing with him to make you guys mad. But yeah, it's all good fun. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate your guys' views. And yeah, we look forward to bringing you more videos. We got a couple more we're going to work on. And we'll be uploading them in the marathon. So thank you guys. And leave a like, comment, subscribe. And we look forward to seeing you on the next one.
Thank you.
See. Turkey Wizard rules.